right, Governor. Another great day. We've seen you on so many press conferences this year with COVID and different things of that nature with Hurricane Ida. It's got to be refreshing to come out here and launch something like this. It's got positive written all over it.
No, it does, and you know, the people of our state have been tested so many times, and particularly Southwest Louisiana, Southeast Louisiana this year with Hurricane Ida. But to be here talking about a $350 million investment into the Home and Navigation Channel Closure Complex, this is tremendous, and it's going to add so much more protection to a system that performed better than anybody thought it could when Ida came ashore. You know, there was not a single failure anywhere. There was no overtopping anywhere, and this is going to add to that level of protection, and it's a very generous investment. But I will tell you, it's being made possible because the leaders in Terrebonne Parish, but also the voters, taxpayers, decided years ago not to wait on anybody else, that they were going to get started. And one of the biggest changes is today we have the Corps of Engineers represented because they now have adopted this as a priority too, this Morganges to the Gulf system. And so this is a good day for us. And, you know, we should all be very thankful too that today we have the lowest number of people in the hospital with COVID since just a couple of weeks into the pandemic. And our numbers continue to get better. So I do want to remind everybody we're still in the pandemic, but things are much better on that front too. But we know we've got a long way to go to recover. I'll be back in Washington next week for 2 full days. There should be another appropriation coming out of Congress in early December, and we want some additional funding for Ida in Southeast Louisiana for the 2021 storms, but we still need additional funding for Southwest Louisiana for 2022. So I'm looking forward to working with our congressional delegation on that. But Martin, it's a great day to be here, and what a beautiful day on top of everything else.
Yeah. You know, we talk about, I was on the phone with Wendell during the storm, and the weld marks on the Lafourche system were done at 11 feet. The water was already over that. It got to 16 feet. That's why we need these levees, isn't it? Ida really showed us what we needed.
Well, I want you to think about something. And this is one of the principal reasons I was in Scotland last week talking about climate change. So we've had all of these hurricanes in the last 14 months, 5 of them, and 3 of them were very significant. 2 of them, Laura last year and Ida this year, tied for the strongest storms to ever hit our state. And that's all in the last 14 months. And so the severity and the frequency of these severe weather events is increasing, and we have to take notice of that, and we have to do more protection. We have to do more restoration. I'm very proud that the restoration work we've done in this area with the barrier islands and other work, it really held up very well against Ida, which was, as you know, a very strong storm. So all of this pays off. And is it expensive? Yes, but it really is an investment. And I will tell you, the investments into these systems, they've already paid for themselves. They've already paid for themselves. Now, look, there's still an awful lot of people whose lives are upside down because the wind destroyed their homes or severely damaged their homes. But the water damage here and elsewhere could have been so much worse, but for all the protection efforts that have been put in place.
You had a mindset to do this. I mean, we've had a lot of governors come through, but you had Republicans up there really touting you and saying, let's throw away the Republican and the Democrat, and rightly so. But you've really stepped up with the amount of monies that you put in these areas. They were talking hundreds of millions. It's billions when we add it up. What were you thinking?
Well, first of all, if you just look at Terrebonne and Lafourche Parish, you're getting close to $2 billion that we've done since I've been governor. And it's important, and there's no part of our state that is more precariously positioned than Lafourche and Terrebonne Parish, and Lower Jefferson as well. And certainly we're going to continue to invest there too. But this is extremely important. The winds, the water, they don't know if it's a Republican home, a Democrat home, or an independent or whatever. You know, this is just doing right for people, and I appreciate the opportunity to work with the local delegation, our congressional delegation. The folks at CPRA do a great job of working with all the local levee districts, whether it's north or south, Lafourche, or here in Terrebonne. And so it's a team effort, and really, you know, I like days like today. Because we're actually out there doing things that are going to positively impact not just the people of today, But you see these small kids here, their lives are going to be much more secure, and their opportunities to not just live here, but to invest here and have wonderful lives are going to be enhanced by these investments that we're talking about today. That's why I like being down here, and I appreciate the job that you do, and I wish you nothing but the best as you continue to recover from all the issues that you've had recently, and thank you for the job you're doing.
Thank you, Governor. We appreciate it. Good talking to you. All right. All right, we'll keep rolling, Dwayne. We have about a minute left just to show folks here straight off of the groundbreaking, and the governor highly touted today by many high-ranking members for just the generosity that he's given to the people in this area. Hey, look, folks, if we go back several years on HTV when we made just footage after footage of levees overtopping, we talk now about the winds. We can't do anything about the winds, but you certainly see the magnitude of these levees from ground level, and it shows you all across our parish what we have. So we'll take a short break. We have a lot more over here on Bayou Time. Don't go away.